Hello students, today's topic is water use in Tungabhadra river basin. Tungabhadra is a tributary of river Krishna. Tungabhadra is shared by three southern states. Those are Karnataka, Telangana and AP. The basin of Tungabhadra has two parts. It is divided into two different parts, that is the upper and middle catchment, which is in Karnataka, and its place, the catchment area is 57,671 square kilometers, whereas the lower part of the catchment belongs to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. There is a lot of differences in water availability in between these two catchment. The upper and middle catchment in Karnataka and the lower part of the catchment belongs to both Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So what is the reason? Many reasons are there. Why the differences between these two catchment areas are, maybe here in the upper and middle catchment area, most of the part as it is in Karnataka, there the first reason is mining. Most of the place was encroached for mining and rampant felling of trees, and which is degrading the forest wealth and making most of the part dry. And we know very well, if the forest is degraded or deforestation is going on continuously, then the inflow definitely is going to be very less. Inflow, that means precipitation. If the forest is less, then precipitation naturally will be less. If precipitation is less, then in catchment areas the water will be low. Moreover, apart from this, many points are there which we are going to discuss. First one is, as the encroachment of the land for agricultural for cultivation. Number one, encroachment of the land both for mining and cultivation. If the land of the catchment area is occupied for either mining or for cultivation, so naturally there the forest area is going to be covered or rampant. That means frequently they clean the forest and they go for adopting either mining, dugga minings and cultivation. So naturally there the forest wealth is degrading. The second point is, if the forest wealth is degrading, then again here two problems are going to be taken place. One is inflow. It affects the precipitation, the rainfall, and second one is soil erosion. If there is no forest, then it takes place soil erosion. It affects the soil erosion, and if once the soil erosion has takes place, and their chances are there to get during the time of monsoons, otherwise sometimes the flash floods. So this flash flood means it causes flash floods. Flash floods means a sudden short-lived flood. And if suddenly the river water is more, as there is no trees to hold the water and soil erosion has taken place already, so a sudden short lived flood which affects the nearby villages, and sometimes it maybe a very difficult and situation creates to the mining also, where the open pit mining and which is completely opened and the water may get into the mines, and there it is very dangerous for the people those who are working there, for the miners. So the next problem is all these is affecting Tungabhadra water. Tungabhadra dam is losing its storage capacity. Not only the above reasons, and anyhow as the soil erosion and due to the flash floods and the slit and debris and dust, everything is coming towards the river and accumulating the different kind of debris and everything, and the storage capacity is becoming lower day by day. Second thing, the mining, and even the mining also, whenever during the time of mining, the extra part of the unnecessary part of the mining, and that may be iron, otherwise zinc. So whenever the useless thing of during the time of mining is extracted, and that is also thrown out into the part of the river, which is one of the most important cause for the shortage of the capacity of the dam. Day by day it is decreasing. So the next part is, so let us discuss what are the reasons for the shortage of or the storage capacity of the dam is reducing day by day. Number one, as already I said you, mining. Number two, cultivation. For cultivation, the place is encroached by the cultivators. Third one, increased towns and industries. It is quite common, and where the towns and industries are increasing. Naturally, if the industries and factories are established, there the towns are also going to be established, and it is compulsory the part of the life and to satisfy the needs. So different kind of necessities are there. Along with town, those are also going to be increased. If the town is increased, if the factories are established, industries are established, so there the population is also going to be established according to their need. So there is a need of encroachment of the place. So that is one of the very important part why the storage capacity of the dam is decreasing day by day. Then the next part is its solutions. So how to solve the problem? Solution. To restore the store shortage, otherwise to restore the storage place, storage capacity, and this is the minimum responsibility of each and every person at the same time with the government. To the first point, the slip limit. Dust, debris, etc. needed to be removed. Now and then, though those are accumulated in the river and it is losing its storage capacity, now and then if those are cleaned, removed, then we can again restore the capacity of the dam. Second one, afforestation must be encouraged. So instead of degrading the forest wealth, instead of adopting the deforestation, it is better to make each and every one compulsory to follow the afforestation, to plant trees. Water harvesting system. Water harvesting system should be followed. Should be followed by everyone. The nearby cities, towns, nearby cities and towns of the rivers and even villages. So different ways are there for the water harvesting. If it is villages, there the area should be encouraged for the check dams instead of very big dams, and there the continuous counter trenches, and there the lakes, and whichever the lakes are once upon a time for cultivation people used to depend, instead of these dams and irrigation and everything, lakes and the common wells in the villages. So if those are encouraged again, then we can check the water, we can control this kind of problems in the river catchment areas. Then the next solution is mining and deforestation should be controlled. Deforestation should be controlled. We should not cut the forest. Mining, which most of the time we are depending, if you want any kind of development, so naturally we depend on natural resources. Even mining is also one of the part of that. So we cannot avoid that, but it should be in a limited way, not unnecessarily. The next point is even soil erosion. Soil erosion should be controlled. If the deforestation is controlled, then automatically, naturally, the soil erosion is also going to be controlled. If the soil erosion, and here the first point I have written here, you see the slick dust and debris due to mining and the soil erosion. If these two along with the deforestation is checked, then the storage capacity of the dam can be increased, and if the storage capacity in upper catchment, upper and middle catchment in Karnataka, if it is increased, then naturally the water can available to the lower catchment of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Now if you will see, due to water, in between the two states, in between the three states, always there is a conflict. So to solve the problems, we need to follow the solutions which are given here.